Hello and welcome to the show. Today's silly car build is going to be a little bit of a different vehicle because I've got the Bugatti Veyron SS. Now this car starts off, let's face it, pretty damn crazy with 1,200 horsepower. It's four-wheel drive. There's not necessarily a huge amount that I can do to make it even crazier. I'm going to give it a damn good go though. The thing that kind of interests me with this car is how it's going to fare around the circuit. The Veyron is notoriously bad at slowing down and not particularly good at changing direction through slow corners. And the track that I use has got a lot of them. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how this car will go. A few people wanted to see me give it a try as well, so we're going to see how the Veyron goes. What can we... of course we do a drive. I was going to say, what conversions could we possibly do? But yeah, we could kind of do a drivetrain. We're not going to, though. The Veyron will remain four-wheel drive. We will put aero bits. I wonder if the movable wing will still move around if I have a Forza wing on the back of it. I think the new Ford GTs does, but I don't know what we're going to see from this car. We will have some lovely race tyres on here. We will go for as big a width tyres as well. Only 295s on the front. That surprises me, considering the Bentley, the Continental GT, had like 335s, I think? 375s on the rear, though, is nice. I will take that, thank you very much. For the Veyron, that's plenty of traction. Let's face it, traction isn't going to be a problem with this car. We're not going to have a problem putting all of the power down. The issue we're going to have is slowing the car down from ridiculous speed and hoping to maybe get it turned through some of the corners. I mean, PI-wise, this should walk it. This is going to have by far the highest PI of any of the vehicles, but it's whether it's going to be able to get around the circuit. That is going to be the big question. Yes, I can, put race suspension on the car. I will be putting the full weight reduction on the vehicle. It's still going to be heavy, and I can't upgrade the brakes, which is a little bit of a shame. I also have no idea quite how much power you get out of this when you modify it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really paid much attention to modifying the Veyron, so shall be interesting to see. There we go. Get the roll cage in. Right, how much weight are we going to get out? 700 pounds is not too bad. Down to 3,300. That's still heavy. Still a lot of car to try and get slowed down, but it might possibly, hopefully, maybe stand a chance. I don't know though. The tire, like the difference in tire widths between the front and rear, might also not help this car when you have such a huge difference between them. It of course will alter the balance, and yeah, that's probably not going to help matters too much. Up to 1,221 horsepower from this vehicle. We're now past 1,300. Notice how little the PI is going up with all of this power. How much power does this car get? I thought it was going to top out about 1,300. We're still going. Can we get 1,400 from the Veyron? Yeah, if I can put this power to the road, this is going to be... Well, okay, I can put the power to the road. If I can slow it down and make the corners, this should go top. But that is a big if. That is a very, very big if for this vehicle. Well, there we go. That is our car. 1,358 horsepower, 1,200 torque, and 3,300 pounds. We shouldn't have problems with the bumps. We shouldn't have problems with the bumps around the circuit, but we could have problems with the corners. Of course, to test out the Veyron, I have brought it to the Virginia International Raceway, where it will have 5 laps around the Patriot alternate circuit in an attempt to beat the Hot Wheels Mustang. Our current leader has a time of 108.1. PI-wise, the Bugatti should walk it. It's a much higher rated car. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Traction, we are fine. Pretty much to just boot it and go. And wow, it really goes. But does it stop? It's not too bad. Not too bad. It has, oh god, the understeer. The understeer through these first few corners could, well, kill the car. Please turn, Bugatti. No, that's not really turning. Oh, there's a little bit of wheel spin coming out of, oh god, that understeer. There's just so much of it. Okay, nope, front end turned in. Front end turned in. Thank you, car. Thank you. We're going to get there eventually. Ooh, and then we're going to have a little bit of a wheel and make it around that corner. Okay. Things are going... God, dear. So the Bentley is pretty much flat out coming out of that section. It did kind of understeer a little bit, but nothing in the same way that this will. But admittedly, this is a quicker car. You know, there's more power. The Bentley had a lot of power, but there is more, lots more in this. We shouldn't have any issue going full throttle out of that final turn. This is going to go quick. I suspect this may well beat the Mustang, seeing that first lap. It's not quite going to crack 200, though, up towards turn 1. Boy, it might get close. Maybe, possibly-ish be doable. Oh, it's going to be... Yeah, it'll be hit 200 miles an hour and panic and slam on the brakes. Oh, we're gallivanting. We're gallivanting a little bit into the grass. Don't play with puddles. Puddles are bad. Puddles are very bad for this. No, please turn in. Please turn in, Veyron. I mean, there is kind of an element of I am actually now trying to carry more speed into the car, into the corner, because I have got the traction in the ways that the rear-wheel drive vehicles have not. This has been a very exploratory lap. This is going to be a corner that making mistakes into will be super. It's super easy at the best of times, but with the car that doesn't have fantastic brakes and has such tremendous acceleration as this, that will be at this corner here as well, somewhere I have really got to watch out. I do say this car tends to have terrible brakes. It's actually not too bad in this, guys. With race tyres and full tyre widths and race weight reduction, it is not doing too bad. Yeah, considering I was exploring half of that lap, the Mustang may be in trouble, although I may be in trouble because I've just braked at the same point I would with the normal cars. Oh, no, we are still got slowed down. We have made it slow down, but then nearly explored again. On the next part of the course, do we want first? Probably not. I think first is just going to lead to some crazy wheel spin for the Veyron. Okay, lift and kind of coast its way. Honestly, we don't need to go massively quick through here. We can just kind of coast our way up this part of the course, because where we have got to worry about it is, well, this is where we can make up time here. We can make up time by booting it out of the corners. There we go. Use the acceleration and really make sure that we've actually got it slowed down for this turn, and then again use all of that acceleration. It's doing a lot better than I thought it was. I really thought the Veyron was going to be a handful around here. It's actually not that bad. I always knew the traction was going to be amazing, and it's gone super fast. Yeah, always expected the traction to be amazing, but the brakes are actually impressing me. With the race tyres and the weights taken out of the car, we're going quicker than just about everything else and braking at the same point that everything else does. And that is mighty good going. The understeer is horrendous. There's no two ways about it. The Mustang was a so much nicer car to drive than this one, but it doesn't really matter when you've got such a huge amount of speed. It would be interesting to see how the Mustang would do if I could give it this level of power. Sadly, we can't, but yeah, because this has got the acceleration and it has got the traction as well to go with it, which is always nice. And the brakes aren't hindering it, and the twisty sections aren't hindering it anywhere near as much as I was expecting them to. So, well done to the Veyron. It is, yeah, impressing me around here a lot more than I thought it would. Okay, can we crack that 200 mile an hour? The Jaguar D-Type couldn't do it. The Veyron, it's 197. 3 miles an hour out, and I think we're probably going to miss turn 1. Ooh, we're not going to do it. I had to go for it on that final lap. It was I thought I could push it that much. I'm maybe having to brake like 10 meters, because that was pretty much at the first line of cones, which is what I've been braking with all of the other vehicles here. I had to give it a go, just trying to push it that little bit more. Yeah, I'm braking 10 meters earlier than the other cars, and it's going, 10, 20 miles an hour quicker, and it's considerably heavier than the vehicles around it. So I am a lot more impressed with this car than I thought I was going to be. the standard one is not a nice vehicle to drive, certainly, but when we take out all of the weight, it makes it a hell of a lot better than I was expecting it to end up. So yeah, well done to the Veyron. It has actually really impressed me. It's not struggled anywhere near as much through the twisty stuff as I was expecting it to. The brakes are pretty good. So that the flappy rear wing does not come up when you put the Forza Aero on the car. Yeah, the Veyron is mighty quick and a damn sight easier to drive around here. Yes, I knew we were going to have traction with the car. That was never likely to be the issue, though. That's very good donuts. The understeer is no worse than the crazy other vehicles that have driven around here. In some cases, perhaps a little bit better even in this car. And then we have the brutal acceleration. We have the incredible traction as well from the Veyron. It's time we'll put it to the top of the table. It is 9/10 of a second faster than the Hot Wheels Mustang. That's still a good showing from the Mustang. I expected it to be closer. I honestly did. I really thought this Veyron would struggle more, but that was not to be the case. Well, the real question is now, can the Veyron impress on the top speed? Is likely to be quick. Is it going to be able to fight for the top spots? Of course, to test the Veyron, I have brought it to the Le Mans circuit. Now, the Bugatti is likely to be very fast. It is the most powerful car to have taken on this challenge. The big question is, will it have enough straight to get up to its top speed? Because the Bugatti is a damn sight heavier than the Jaguar D-Type, than the Ferrari 250 LM, and while the weight is not going to affect its maximum speed, it'll affect its acceleration, and it's got to try and get up to these top speeds, and it hasn't quite got the aerodynamics to compete with the D-Type. D-Type 271 miles an hour is the target. The Veyron is not quite going to do it. It'll be close, 268. In theory. The big question is, will it be able to get up to its speed here at Le Mans? I have driven, admittedly not this level of modified Supersport. No, the standard Veyron Supersport up against, Hennessy Venoms and the like. They, while, the Venom and the Veyron both get up to very high top speeds, the Venom fractionally faster. The Venom actually gets towards its top speed so much quicker than the Veyron. Yes, the Veyron gets off the line better, but the Venom once he got past the wheel spin in the Venom, once he got past 120 miles an hour, the Venom flies, and the Veyron simply doesn't. The Veyron, it takes a long time for it to get up towards its top speed. And the thing that I fear is that down this Le Mans straight, we might struggle to actually get up to that 268. It is a long straight. It is the longest straight that I have to play around with here on Forza. However, is it going to be long enough? We were doing 200, it's pretty close to the Porsche 550 and the likes of the D-Type. They were doing 200 miles an hour just before the corner. This not quite got up to it as quickly as they did. And this is where I think we perhaps start to struggle a little bit. Again, though, it's not doing too bad. With that weight reduction, it has worked wonders for this car. I think we may be about to hit the aero limit at about 260 miles an hour. It's, again, what I was expecting the car to do is completely and utterly not. 266 miles an hour for the Veyron. Do we take... Wow. That turn in is actually incredible. This is just a whole different thing. You take out 700 pounds of weight and it is so much better. Yeah, I was wrong again. I was good. This car has certainly exceeded all of my expectations of it. That's 700 pounds of weight gone out of the vehicle. It just turns it into a completely different machine. I much prefer it. I've never much liked the standard Veyron. Never much liked driving it. But when you take that weight out of the car, okay, yes, the slick tires are going to have helped as well. But yeah, when you do that to it, it's a whole nother beast and a lot more enjoyable car to drive. Most definitely, it's. Yeah, an awful lot better than I was expecting it to fare. Like that acceleration, okay, it's a little bit down on perhaps the D-Type. I'm not surprised, considering it is still very heavy, but it's really not that far off, and we're not having the same problems that we have seen from like a standard one, for example, when taking it down Le Mans. I was not expecting it to be anywhere near this this good, in all honesty. But there we go. It's straight line speed. The 266 miles an hour will put the Veyron into third place. It does get beaten by the D-Type and the Ferrari 250 LM. However, manages to beat out the Porsche 550, Chrysler's Rocket, Lotus 11, Porsche Carrera GT as well. Carrera was a mighty powerful car. So, yeah, a good showing from the Veyron in straight line speed, as you would expect, but I'm much more impressed with the way that it managed the horrendously tight and nasty circuit. Very good, or surprisingly good under braking, considering the tremendous speeds we were getting it to. Couldn't quite get 200 out of it. Slight shame about that, but yeah, a much better car than I was expecting. But there we go. That was the Bugatti Veyron SS for you. That is it for this video, though, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.